Yesterday, the big question of the day was going to be, will Dragon Age the Veilguard be a huge success? Will it be a slight disappointment for Bioware? Or will it be a complete disaster? And we kind of got our answers. Now, there's a bunch of cope going on about this as well from the woke community. And it's pretty funny to listen to how they're reacting as well. We'll get into all of this in just a moment. Please hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about all things that are going on in the culture, especially within the realm of science fiction and fantasy. And the one thing that got me interested in Dragon Age when the first game came out, I'm that old, I was playing that, it was just a beautiful fantasy world that was introduced here. And all the world building, all the characters, it was really, really well done. And it's something that has inspired me, and I'm inspired a lot by some classic video game fantasy series in my books, guys. And this is my Adventures of Baron von Monocle series, which has come out of a lot of this. Now, my bigger influences are Final Fantasy, especially 4 and 6, and you'll see a lot of that when you get into my books here. So check it out. This is a wonderful series. You'll enjoy it. It's on ebook, print, and audio, and it's available in the description below. Since it is the first of the month, you might have some Audible credits if you have those. Grab the whole series, guys. It's a lot of fun. It builds up really, really nicely. And thank you guys so much for supporting our artistic efforts here on the channel. It means a lot to me. And yes, really appreciate you readers out there. So, Dragon Age Veilguard player count gets dwarfed by Monster Hunter Wilds beta, and that's described as concerning. So EA and Bioware Dragon Age the Veilguard had a lukewarm release yesterday, which was utterly trounced by Monster Hunter Wilds beta. And so that kind of answers the question right there, exactly what was going to happen here. Now, as it started going up over the course of the day, and as the Steam numbers started going up, it looked like it was building, or at least Dragon Age was. It looked like it was going to possibly be a big success. And then it just kind of dwindled. And here's the reason why. Dragon Age Veilguard's player count peaked at 70,414, a fall cry from the breakout potential that the EA CEO Andrew Wilson claimed the game had during his Q2 earnings conference call. He said, "I think that the Veilguard has breakout potential." Again, 10 years ago, Dragon Age Inquisition won Game of the Year, was a very strong performer for us in the conduct of our business. This is entertainment, and while so much of our business has moved to live service moment to moment, deliver innovation and creativity for a deeply engaged community over the course of time, this opportunity to bring in a high-quality, creative storytelling set in an amazing world with rich characters, living out those stories, you're able to capture that moment in entertainment. Success almost certainly follows. So, very corporatized statement. And the problem is, they had a beautiful world. They had some great characters who they really didn't even utilize in the story of this game because they wanted to make their own mark on things, because this is completely different people involved in the storytelling than were done 10 years ago. And they made it into a woke nightmare. We've seen all the clips going around about the they-them pronouns. This is a game for they-them. This is not a game for us. And that's exactly what happened when this all came out. So a lot of people did pre-order this. This did have some decent sales to begin with, as we saw, all because of the strength of the Dragon Age franchise, which had gone forward. Now, when this came out, though, it didn't look like it was as much as it should have been. This started going up to 70,000 players, and we thought maybe it would go even higher, over 100,000, maybe even 500,000 by the evening time. And it just kind of collapsed. You could see, like, during the peak here, how it just went up and then it just fell off really quickly. And what this tells you right now is just that the game really was not as fun as people thought it was going to be. This was not a bingey type of game where people just wanted to be on it 24/7 and just sit there and play. And a lot of people, the cope that was going around because of this is what people were saying, and it was an utter lie, was that it really just didn't go that high because it was Halloween and everybody was out for Halloween. That's very easily disprovable, and we're going to show you exactly why in just a moment. But you can see that even during the peak Halloween times, it was reaching its crest. Like we're at 1,800 hours, like right here, as it's still jumping way up and into the evening. It didn't dip until like the morning time and started to fall off like in the late evening, not like at a time where people would have been out whatsoever. And so a lie on that level. But it didn't seem to impact the Monster Hunter Wilds beta here. So if you want to see what a real success, what a real breakout looks like, you can see it. You can see how Monster Hunter Wilds just went straight up right there during those playtimes. And you can see that this hit this morning, and late last night. And it hit at an all-time peak of 463,000 players, and then it crested right back up early this morning as well, and hitting nearly that as of this screenshot was 432,000 players. So the difference is, look, the peak of Dragon Age was at 70,000, and you look at right now, it's at half that. A lot of players tuned out. They just said, you know what, this game sucks. It's not for me. It's exactly what people were describing, and it wasn't working well for people, and that's exactly what was going on. So it only hit 70,000 people on its first day, and it perhaps it can pick up over the weekend. Similar trends were seen with the most recent releases like Metaphor Refantasio, which saw peak player count hit 85,000 on the first Sunday after being released on Friday. Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero had a trend of the same thing, where it did hit higher on that Friday. So we'll be monitoring it over the weekend to see what goes on right here. So Mark Kern, of course, talked about this because he's been talking about all things video game. Great X account if you don't follow him. And said that that peak is concerning, saying the game is already underperforming. It's true California isn't online yet, but people joining earlier are leaving the game, or you would see the curve stack more. It's about session time. Long-form RPGs tend to have really long session times, correct. Compared to first-person shooters games, we're not seeing that here. People are logging off after a relatively short time because they just can't handle playing this woke game, of course. You would expect that the East Coast would still be playing as California came online, but they are not. This means the session times are low, perhaps 2-3 hours, which for an RPG on launch day is not great. There's no cumulative effect here as East Coast plays and West Coast joins them. It may mean players tried it, got tired of it early, not good, but I think we are starting to see a Dragon Age bait and switch effect as gamers look and feel that this is very different from its predecessors, as well as the effect of all the preachy DEI that is self-evident in the game. He concluded, when you have AA games with much smaller publishing doing $300K or so, money guys are going to ask what they're spending so much more for. If weekend numbers don't go higher, this also means that players who tried it today are not coming back to try it again over the weekend. This would be very unusual. So we'll see again what happens over the weekend with all of this, but it looks like a slight underperformance, and that was the question mark when this was happening. Yeah, and as you can see, Monster Hunter absolutely crushing it, and this is when it hit its peak at 457,000 right here. And yes, Steam Dragon Age Veilguard versus Monster Hunter Wilds beta, absolutely crazy. And this is what was happening. I know people are citing Halloween. That is a factor. We'll see. Never mind, Monster Hunter Wild just proved Halloween has zero effect here, like I was just saying. Now you look at it, and you look at this as of 11 hours ago. Dragon Age Veilguard fell off the top 15 played Steam games. So it's not even on the front page now. You got Counter-Strike at the top with 500,000. You had Monster Hunter 400,000. Banana, Dota 2. You still have Call of Duty, of course, is up there. It's always up there. And you get down here, GTA 5. I mean, like, gosh, can we get older games? This is pretty wild that this has fallen off to such a level. And then, as of the morning, it's entering its first big weekend. Still hasn't recovered from falling off that top 15. So Counter-Strike's still up there, and you can see Monster Hunter Wilds still up there. And Call of Duty still up there. Grand Theft Auto 5 still up there. And even like doubled its numbers as people woke up. Apex Legends is up there. There's Black Myth Wukong still going strong. One of the bigger games. But gosh, Bioware sisters not looking so good. This is pretty bad. So yeah, Dragon Age just not working very well. And so Grums is asking if Dragon Age will beat the peak of 70K players this weekend. I think so. If I were to venture to guess, I bet we'll be able to get it, or not we'll, I'm not going to play it, but I bet you people will get it up to around 100K over the weekend. So as much as I'd like to say that Dragon Age the Veilguard will not be going anywhere, that will be my prediction, up over 100K, which is not enough for this kind of a game. A AAA game like this needs to be way higher and have way more enthusiasm during its first weekend, or it's absolutely got some massive problems going on, and that's what we're seeing here. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this, my friends. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Are you going to be playing Dragon Age the Veilguard despite the gameplay changes, despite the fact that they got rid of a lot of the characters that everybody loves, despite the fact that it's got lectures of pronouns and crazy stuff like that going on? let me know, and then tell me why you're playing it if you are, because I don't understand. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Hit the like and subscribe button, and make sure to grab my fantasy series, The Adventures of Baron von Monocle. Get it on ebook, print, or audio, and I thank you guys so much for checking out our work.